We have our first phone caller of the night, Tina from Bay County. She has a question about estate planning. So Tina, you can go ahead with that question right now.
Yes. I'm older and I have 3 grown children. I wanted to leave my house to my 3 children, but I have one daughter who she was okay, but something happened to her, and now she's mentally disabled, I guess. She wouldn't be able to function as far as paying her bills and things like that. So she's at risk of being homeless. She would be now if she weren't living with me. So I wanted to make it where I leave it to my 3 children, but where they can't sell it, so that she would always have a place to live and I wouldn't have to worry that she would be homeless after I die. What could I do about a situation like that? Neither of them want, neither of my other 2 children want the house if they would want to sell it, in other words.
Okay.
Tina, that's a great question. John, how would a mother approach this with 3 children and one needing special attention, special care for the rest of her life?
This is a great question for what an estate plan and a trust can do to really set these things out. And it's a beautiful thing that the law allows us to do, is that your wishes, you would come in and you would meet with an attorney who does this. We would sit down with you and go over what all of your assets you have. Obviously, it's your house, and you want to have your one daughter cared for by living there. If she has other benefits coming in, what we really have to do is be careful, and we would set up in your trust, we would have the house put in there and say how it's going to be divided up, and that it can't be sold because your one daughter needs to live there. But she sounds like she probably would need what we call a special needs trust set up for her as well. And that would be created after you would pass away, and then these assets would start to be processed by the trustee, and a special needs trust would get set up. It would just look after her needs. Obviously, if you only have a house, there's no cash to really kind of roll into her care. But if you do have those kind of things, you would add that into it, and you could divide that up with the other children as well. But you would then lay that out for us. We could draft it up, and then it's your decision. Now, if you want us to be involved with your children and trying to explain to them how this will work and why it's in their best interest to kind of go along with this, we certainly could do that too. But that's exactly what we do. And so an estate planning lawyer can set those things up for you. There's different legal instruments that we would put into place, and then you would just execute it. Following the laws on that. We have to have it witnessed and notarized and those sorts of things. But at that point, it's created, and that becomes the document, along with the will that kind of cooperates with the trust, to go through, and when anything happens to you, that's how it's going to play out. Now, she currently lives with you. Are you looking after her needs and everything like that?
Yes, she's able to function, except, she was in the Navy, something happened, and she came back kind of unable to function mentally.
Okay, so she can get around, she can walk and talk and all these things, and she's just a little, she needs a place to live, like you said. Okay. Yeah, that's absolutely something that can be set up, and specifically just for her. And it would make, I think, everyone kind of rest easier, because once you're gone, your other children are going to have to look at how they're going to care for their sister. And that'll be helping everybody out.